The New York Jets beat the New England Patriots to a trade. That's always good news. And they just received high marks for stealing a starting corner from the Tennessee Titans. Plus, that means Brandon Stevens is on the hot seat. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Leston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, whether live or after the fact, like the video and hit subscribe, baby. Show your support. Speaking of YouTube, we have a full article in the YouTube description down below on this very topic matter. Darren Mougey was pretty busy yesterday, and there's a lot of moves to recap and go through, and we'll do all of that here on the program, plus take your phone calls in a little bit. But first, MFC, mother effing chew, gifted a Boy Green Coffee Club membership right off the top rope. Shout out to MFC. That membership went to Easton Trinity. You just received a Boy Green Coffee Club membership, and MFC's got 12 raffle tickets so far this month. You guys can continue to submit your raffle tickets. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that little money sign, and you can click plenty of options. Super chats, super stickers, gift memberships, purchase your own membership to the Boy Green Coffee Club. You could do that. That is the pinned comment on YouTube. So thank you, MFC, for that, my friend. Let's get into it here, folks. So, yesterday, the New York Jets pulled off a trade with the Tennessee Titans. The Jets sent away a 2026 sixth-round pick, and they received a 2026 seventh-round pick and cornerback Jarvis Brownley Jr. So, essentially, the Jets are going to be picking just a little bit later than they would have. They don't lose a pick, they just drop in slots. So, instead of picking like 200th, they may pick 225th. As a random example. We don't know, of course, because the season has to play out. So the Jets gave up absolutely nothing, and they received a starting corner, Jarvis Brownley, who I didn't know much about yesterday. So I texted with Tennessee Titans people that I know. That's an organization I've got a lot of connections with. And I just tried to say, who is this guy? What the hell's going on? Because we need to tell the great Jet fans some more info on this kid. So, since he entered the league as a fifth-round draft choice last year, he's been a full-time starting corner for the Tennessee Titans. The Jets just picked up a starting corner who's going to start off as a depth option for the Jets and perhaps potentially push a Michael Carter II in the slot, who's played like trash this year, or Brandon Stevens, a boundary corner who's also played very poorly. So it gives the Jets some key depth here, and a guy, not just for the short term, for those things I just said, but also long term. He still has 3 years left in his rookie deal for $4.3 million. The Jets got a starting corner for dirt cheap. Phenomenal. Good move here by Darren Mougey. Now, obviously, there are some warts here, or the Titans wouldn't have gotten rid of him, or they just could be a bad organization. That's always possible, and we'll get into that here in just a moment. The article I just dropped this morning is from ESPN's Seth Walder, who gave the Jets an A- grade for this trade, and the Titans received a C for this trade. Let's get into that. And also, I'll explain the New England Patriots portion here in just a second. This is from Seth Walder. Quote, Jarvis Brownley, has been a success story considering his draft position. With his experience and nearly 3 cheap years remaining on his rookie contract, I'm surprised the Jets got him for so little. At worst, he's a good depth option. He could also provide depth at the nickel spot as well, with both short and long-term upside, especially if Stevens continues to struggle. I don't get why the Titans would want to deal Brownley for so little right now. Rebuilding teams should acknowledge who they are and deal veterans for draft capital. But that's not Brownley. He's a young starting corner who netted very little in return. Brownley's youth and remaining cheap contract meant they let a lot walk out the door for almost nothing in exchange. Now, here's what happened. Shout out to NFL insider Jordan Schultz. So the Jets pull off the trade, and then we hear all the news yesterday. The New England Patriots called the Tennessee Titans to get in on the Jarvis Brownley action, but it was too late. The Jets had already closed the deal, so the Jets beat out the Patriots. So suck it, New England. That's phenomenal. I love beating New England in anything. So booyah! Yeah, I'll take some of that action, and then they get this corner. Now, there are some warts with this player, and we're going to get into that right now here on the program. There are some warts. With this player. He's got some penalty issues. He absolutely does. Here are some of those penalty issues. And also, when he was in Tennessee, he was with our former Jets coach, Denard Wilson, who is the defensive coordinator in Tennessee. He was with the Jets for many years in a variety of positions. And there are some penalty issues here, so let's get into it. He had 11 accepted penalties against him so far in 19 career games. That's not good. Denard Wilson was asked about his recent penalty issues this season. Here's what he had to say. Quote, I wanted to play with the tenacity that he plays with and to play hard, but the penalties must stop. We have to clean it up. I've been raised with the thought that if you allow it to happen, it's not good. We've addressed it. We're going to keep working on him, getting his hands down at the top of the route, not grabbing, understanding when is the point to take your hands off receivers. At the beginning of the stage, yes, be violent with your hands, move your feet. But as they start to go in the move area, we've got to drop our hands, Denard Wilson told ESPN's Teron Davenport, who covers the Tennessee Titans. So there are some penalty issues, and the Jets have penalty issues as a team. So perhaps he's a perfect fit for what the Jets are looking for. But in all seriousness, it's a nice move by the Jets, a nice steal here, add some corner depth, potentially push Brandon Stevens, who ESPN's Rich Samini says Brandon Stevens is now firmly on the hot seat after this acquisition. It doesn't appear Brownley is going to play this week for the Jets on Monday Night Football because he missed the Week 3 game for the Titans. He hurt his ankle. He's in a walking boot. Now, sometimes walking boots are precautious, so let's not overreact and think that's a long-term injury because Seth Walder said it isn't expected to be. So he could be out for Week 4, but this is a more long-term and short-term play for the New York Jets. So they get some depth there at corner. So that's all the latest. Jarvis Brownley, welcome to the team. He's 24 years old, super young guy. Add him to the corner room. Great. Yeah, Alon, as he cracks the joke. Penalty issues, he's going to fit right in, which is true, but, sort of sad at the same time. But here's the other thing. The other news from the Jets yesterday is incredibly concerning for me. Incredibly concerning. Let's go to it. The Jets tweeted out some injuries because here's the things that happened for the New York Jets. They signed speaking of the Patriots, we hit twice, which was cool. We stole a player off their practice squad. His name is Mark Robinson. The Jets signed him off the practice squad, which took him immediately to the 53-man roster. And when you do that, you have to make a corresponding roster move. Then the Jets traded for Jarvis Brownley, which also required a corresponding roster move. We're like, oh boy, there's got to be a lot of activity here for the Jets because you're going to have to kick two guys off the 53-man roster. And unfortunately, it didn't take long for us to find out who the Jets were kicking off the 53-man roster. Unfortunately, it's not kicking off fully. It is simply kicking them off for now. Unfortunately, the Jets are dealing with some absolutely massive injuries, and it comes, unfortunately, to one of their weakest positional units on the team in terms of depth, and that is at linebacker. The Jets have been kicked right in the cojones for their linebacker position, and that is terrible news for the Jets. Let's throw this up on the big screen from the Jets. We got this very, very unfortunate update yesterday. The Jets have placed linebacker Quincy Williams and Marcelino McCurry-Ball on injured reserve, and they have signed Mark Robinson. He's the kid from New England that they stole off their practice squad. And that means they're out for a minimum of 4 games, folks. Quincy and Marcelino McCurry-Ball. This is devastating news for the Jets. Now, Quincy was playing very well before he got hurt against Tampa Bay. And Marcelino, when Quincy went down, Marcelino stepped in for Quincy. So now the Jets have lost linebacker number 2 and linebacker number 3 on their depth chart, which puts them in a very compromising position on the second level of their defense, which is incredibly concerning. The Jets still have Jamin Sherwood. That's great, but he has not performed very well this season, so they're going to have to need him to step up ASAP. Here's some other moves that happened. So Quincy Williams, IR, out for 4 games. We'll get more into that later. Marcelino McCurry-Ball, out for 4 games. Again, we'll get to that later. They signed Mark Robinson, so he's more so a special teams guy. If you look at his career snap percentages, he has about 700 snaps at special teams, only 200 snaps on defense. 96% of his defensive snaps came through the first 2 years of his career. He's now in year 4, so we haven't really seen him a lot on defense. So that would be a projection by the Jets if Robinson is someone to step up in one of those roles. They did sign linebacker Ben Neiman to the practice squad, and they released offensive lineman Liam Fornadell from the practice squad. He's been sort of floating on and off the roster throughout training camp. But these linebacker woes are not ideal, Bob. Not ideal for the New York Jets because, the Jets didn't have a lot of depth at linebacker heading into the season. And now you've lost number 2 and 3 on the old depth chart, and that is brutal. Here are the 4 games that Quincy Williams and Marceline McCurry-Ball are expected to miss. And let me just say this real quick before I even say these games. When you're placed on IR, you miss a minimum of 4 games. So no matter what, Marcelino and Quincy are out for these 4 games, and it could be longer potentially. And I'll explain why in a second. I mean, it could be in general, but there's a specific reason why it could be longer for the Jets. So here are the next 4 games for the Jets. They have the road trip against Miami Dolphins, Monday Night Football. That's coming up week 4 this Monday. In week 5, of course, they host the Dallas Cowboys. Jets-Cowboys game, we'll have more on that later, which will be a lot of fun. Jets-Cowboys are our tailgate game. Week 6, the Jets will, quote-unquote, host the Denver Broncos. It won't be at MetLife Stadium. That game will be in London. And then the Jets will actually host the Carolina Panthers in week 7 against the Carolina Panthers. Those are the next 4 for the Jets. Dolphins, Cowboys, Broncos, Panthers. And in week 8, they play the Cincinnati Bengals on the road. And then in week 9, they have a bye. Why do I bring all this up? Well, if the Jets, I don't know the injury statuses of Quincy and Marcelino, outside of the fact that they're missing a minimum of 4 games, that doesn't mean they have to come back in the 5th eligible game, which would be the road trip to Cincinnati. But with the Jets bye week a week after, if the Jets don't activate either Quincy or Marcelino off of IR, they could give them an extra 2 weeks of rest and almost 3 weeks of rest because they wouldn't play that other game until the end of that 3rd week. So they could hold them out basically for 7 weeks. The 4 games, 5th is Cincinnati, 6th is bye, and 7 would be that game that you'd be coming back for. So there could be a path here that Quincy and Marcelino are out for basically the next 2 months. So just sort of keep that in your mind as an option for the Jets. If they're healthy for Cincinnati, great. We could use the linebacker action, but it's not, just a devastating loss for the New York Jets on defense. I thought the way that it was looking for Quincy, it looked very, very bad. It looked very bad when he got hurt against Tampa Bay. And I must have forgotten all the middle of everything that was going on that Marcelino even got hurt. I forgot about that. And boom, now he's on IR. So absolutely a swift kick in the loins for the New York Jets. Alon says, I was talking about how he could come back to the field. Alon says Quincy is eligible to return 2 weeks before the deadline. Keep him in bubble wrap, then deal him. Yes, he is in the last year of his deal, so that could be another thing for the Jets. That'd be interesting. I wonder what the value would be coming off an injury. In some respects, to your point, Alon, he would have tread on the tires because, he's just not getting beat up right now. He is beat up, obviously, enough to go on IR in the first place, but there's this window of time that could turn it around. So that would be positive, I'd imagine. So we'll see. Yes, as Kyle Clifton says, 4 weeks minimum. Indy says, can Clemens play linebacker? Maybe they're going to try some weird machinations there on defense. I'm not sure, but oh boy. Again, Phil asks, how long is he out again? Minimum 4 games, but it could be longer. Tom Palsero described he's going to miss serious time, but it won't be season ending. So I don't want to try to interpret what words are supposed to mean or not supposed to mean. He's out for 4 games, and we'll see where it goes from there. We'll see where it goes. This is no bueno for the New York Jets. Very bad. NY Jets FL says 3rd or 4th for Quincy. I mean, if you could guarantee that, the Jets may be very tempted. Especially since you lost the 3rd for Hassan Reddick. Now, you're supposed to get some comp picks back. I believe you're supposed to get a projected 4th back for Reddick, but those are comp picks, and it's hard to project exactly what you're going to get. So you could get some guaranteed things that could be happening there. Also, a couple of things here. We want to do a couple of announcements here. First off, one of the tickets has been sold for a Jets-Cowboys game, baby. let's announce that Philly Noodles is officially coming with us to our Jets Cowboys tailgate, everybody. So awesome news. Indy and the rest of you were able to peer pressure him. So Philly Noodles will now be coming to our Jets Cowboys tailgate and the meet and greet the night before. So Philly Noodles, come on in, brother. It's great to have you. So we have one more ticket available at this current moment in time. One more ticket available. Uno más. One more. That is it. If you guys would like to come to the Jets-Cowboys game, that'll be Week 5, Sunday, October 5th. One ticket surprisingly became available. A Boy Green Coffee Club member who had purchased tickets suddenly are releasing them back to me and saying, hey, I got better seats from a different situation, but I would love to donate them back, and we will raise that money for charity. So we have one more ticket available. So Philly Noodles in the house, welcome, and can't wait to meet him for the first time. But we have one more ticket available. So if you guys are interested, this is your last chance. Unless something crazy happens, this is your last chance. So feel free to take full advantage of that. You can reach out to me. I'll throw up my email here on the screen. First name, middle initial, last name, the letters jr@gmail.com. PAULESDENJR@gmail.com. So if you guys would be interested, please reach out. Feel free to let me know. And hey, first come, first serve. Again, $250 for a Jets Cowboy seat sitting with us all in that section 228A. So good luck. And hey, whoever wants to come join us for it, great. And here's the good thing that you can feel good about. All of those proceeds are going to our Wounded Warrior Project. Excuse me. So that would be marvelous. So guys, if you want to feel good about it, where the money's going, and also come hang out with us for the Jets Cowboys game, please take full advantage. Philly Noodles just bought one of those tickets, so we have one left. One left, baby. So let's see what happens. Absolutely. So thank you to Indy for that. Speaking of Indy, guys, you may have missed it yesterday on Boy Green Meets Woody, but Snowball has unveiled the latest new emoji for Indy Jets. Let's do a big reveal here. A big reveal. This is Indy Jets' new emoji. And let's throw it up here on the screen. Let's throw it up here. Here it is. It is Booyah! Here is the Indy Jets emoji that Snowball, a.k.a. Jets Worldwide, worked on behind the scenes. If you guys go to your emoji section, this is the Indy Jets emoji, the custom emoji for Indy Jets. He is now immortalized in emoji form. So there you go. And hey, you know what? We're a show by the people for the people. When certain OGs are selected for emoji ship, and you guys are able to raise the YouTube funds that are necessary to unlock it, hey, we're going to make it happen. The next question is, who is the next emoji-eligible person out in the universe? I'll let you, the people, decide that amongst yourselves. You guys decide who ends up going there. So let's figure it out. So beautiful. So there you go. There's Indy Jets' new emoji that was handmade, as all of our emojis are, by Jets Worldwide. Wide. All one word. Make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel. That's Johnny Boy and Snowball's beautiful podcast creation. So salute to Indy Jets there as well. Let's go. Hep says he doesn't see it in the emoji section. You should be able to see it. Give it another look. I'll double check also on our side that it went all the way through. If it did not, we'll have it up here in just a second. But it was updated yesterday. So let me take a quick gander. Let me take a quick peek ski and make sure that it was. Because it should have been. But hang on tight, folks. We'll make sure that we have that all for you guys, of course, here on the channel. Let me see. Let me take a quick peek ski. Let me take a gander, if I may. And hopefully the YouTube guys didn't do something funky here. Let me see. Oh, whoops. On the wrong section here. I'm in the badges section. I'm a monkey operating a spotlight over here. Let me see. Yep, I see it in here. It is in the Indy Jets section. It should be there for you guys. Indy Jets. Yep, I'm seeing J-Boy using it. So, yep, there it is. Okay, great. Everybody, you got it. Indy Jets, Indy Jets, Indy Jets. Celebrated. An OG being unlocked in emoji form. Congratulations to none other than Indy Jets. Salute, pal. And all the people that have emojis. Again, whoever among the fans is to be immortalized next in emoji form, that's up to you guys to decide who that person is. And then I'll ask the YouTube god, shake the little magic 8-ball. What's it going to cost for us to unlock that? We'll figure that out. But again, I'll let up to you guys there figure it out. And Indy is very happy about it. Thanks for all the support and the support to BG. Appreciate you guys. That was really cool. Really cool. And shout out to Indy for peer pressuring Philly Noodles to join us for the Jets Cowboys tailgate. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to meet Philly. You know, it's going to be cool to meet so many of you, to be honest with you, and have Chef Kev's food. It's going to be great. By the way, throw this up on the screen. This is where we're going to be sitting. That's where our last ticket is, okay? The left side of the screen is the whole stadium. Right side of the screen is a zoomed-in version. We are there in an end zone section, 228A. That is where Philly Noodles and the rest of us will be sitting. We have one more ticket available in that section I have circled. That is 228A on your screen. So again, if you guys would like to and say, you know what, Ep it, I want to go, feel free. Philly lives in like the Carolinas and he's coming. So no matter where you are on the planet, you can figure it out. Sunday, October 5th. We're running out of time. Today is September 24th. It's not this Sunday. It is next Sunday, October 5th. So you guys are running out of time. So make sure you guys take full advantage. All right, let's do this. Let's open up the phone lines here on the show. Quick Hep timeout. Your phone calls next here on a Wednesday edition of Boy Green Daily.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S. Jets. Let's go.
There we go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. The phone lines are open here on the program. And let's take those phone calls here. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. Again, my name is Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. That made-up title that I made is all about me writing articles and doing podcasts all over the place. So I hope you guys can jump on the train. Up first, Hepster joins you on the program. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. How you feeling today? You look a lot better.
Yes, and I feel a lot better too, so that's good. And another thing, I guess, that's going to help, shout out to my fiance. She just does too much for me. She bought some special chair or something that's now going to replace this chair, and apparently is better for back support, because a lot of people have, you brought it up, and a few other people brought it up, oh, you know, you're just sitting. It's all this other stuff. So there's a special chair that's going to have this much better thing, and I'll be doing other things as well on top of it. But shout out to my fiance. She's giving me some special chair that's coming. It should be souped up and even better. So wonderful.
Nice. I was thinking about we're kind of in the sauce with our linebackers, even our cornerbacks a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, anyway, I don't know, because we're really not built to come back against teams.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see this Sunday. This is, as I said, this is the canary in the coal mine. If we don't show up,
or Monday rather.
What's that?
Monday rather.
Monday,
we got Monday Night
Monday,
Football.
right.
Yes.
Monday. So that's gonna be something to see. Now I'm curious. I could just imagine Zach Wilson gets in the game.
Oh my God! Well, with everyone claiming revenge, right? We've got week 1, Aaron Rodgers. God damn it! All right, fine. Week 2, Elijah Moore. Son of a bitch. All right. Week 3, Baker Mayfield. I'm like, what? I didn't even know that was on the table. But all right, damn it, you get your revenge too, I guess. So right, the only one that naturally makes sense is Zach Wilson. Somehow trots out there. You're like, son of a bitch, and there we go.
Well.
I know, right? Exactly, right? Right. It's the whole. This is a souped up example of it, but right? Mo Lewis smacking Drew Bledsoe, smack Tua, and Zach Wilson comes jogging out there, and then his jet friend's like, "Okay, Zach Wilson, what are you going to do?" All of a sudden, he just lights it up under Mike McDaniel. We're like, "What in the world is going on here?" So, yeah, I have to start looking at every opponent we're about to play on their roster. I'm like, is there a Jet somewhere on here that's going to exact some sort of revenge? Is this just going to be the revenge season for everyone else against the Jets? It's worth exploring.
Yeah. I'm still looking forward to getting together to see Dallas. I'm really looking forward to meeting everybody, and the tailgate's going to be the highlight for me. but I'm looking for a good game too.
Of course.
As I said, every time I've seen the Jets play Dallas at home, the Jets have won.
Mm,
So
yeah,
let's ride
yeah.
that.
And that's the same for me in all these Jets Cowboys games that I've been to at home at AT&T. Well, that hasn't always been the case. I was there for a loss, but all the MetLife Stadium ones have been pretty good to me. So that would be awesome. And it's just, I'm going to be honest, the more I think about it, because like it's coming up on us. I mean, this Jets Cowboys game is going to be here before we know it. And I just think, Hep, whoa, Philly Noodles, Indy Jet, all these people I'm going to meet for the first time. Like my mind is sort of blown, to be honest. I'm not even going to sure what to do with my hands. Do I just, I'm meeting you guys technically for the first time, but not for the first time. So is that a handshake? Is that a hug? Is that what's going to happen? What's going to happen there? I don't know, but it's pretty cool.
I'm a hugger because I hug my family, and I consider all you guys family. So
I appreciate that, Hepster. Thanks, man.
All right, guys. I'll see you on the rebound.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Hepster, joining us. Yes, I forgot about that one. For Lily and Big D. Ashton Davis. Yes, my boy. He's on the Dolphins. So another revenge game I'm not aware of. I guess I just got to comb through every roster to make sure I didn't miss somebody. But that's a good one for Lily. I forgot about that one. Anywho. All right, let's go to the man of the hour. Let's go to him. Here he is, Indy Jets. Indy, how are you, man? Oh, Indy. Oh, whoops. Sorry. It's a lifelike here. Let me get to the other one. There he is. Indy. Sorry. Clicked the wrong Indy there. Yeah. How you doing?
Fantastic. You know, I just want to touch base here real quick before we go any further.
Sure.
Alan made a point. Is that new chair, the almost wedding ring?
Oh, maybe.
Good job, T. You got to give her a little props, you know, and she's got to look out. She's got to look out for, you know, we got to give her props, you know, or she's got to look out for you.
That's good. That's true. That's true. By the way, people asking if Braxton Barris is still in Miami. No, Houston. He hasn't played a lot this season. He's battling a hamstring injury. So no, don't have to worry about that one. Double B in the morning is not in Miami anymore. But like I said, I will comb through the roster to make sure there's not another Jet I'm forgetting. But I'm sure there is. So they're spread all over the league. So we'll see. But no, shout out to Tatiana, who also you guys will get to meet. Her and all the kids. They will be there, I'm pretty sure, for both events, both the meet and greet and the tailgate. So awesome.
Absolutely. So quick question here. We put 2 linebackers on IR and make a trade for a cornerback. Can you help make that make sense?
That is very confusing.
I'm not understanding it. So maybe, you know, somebody that's a little bit more in depth like you could help me understand this, because I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding it. It just doesn't.
Because we're gonna need, for how the roster construction is going to work. I'm going to pull up the roster in a second to see exactly how many we actually have in the 53-man roster. But so we do have Mark Robinson. He's the Patriots guy. He's now on the 53. So that in theory fills one of those, but it doesn't really, because again, Quincy and what Marcelino brings, I don't know how they're literally going to replace it with a body, but what they bring to the table is what I'm worried about, them being able to replace. Right. Ben Neiman, he's a veteran. He's at the practice squad, so I would assume he's going to be one of the elevations on Monday Night Football. You know, that'd be Sunday is when the elevations will be due for the Jets. It's the day before. So I imagine Neiman will be an elevation. You have Robinson, who's taking one of the spots on 53. And I guess that's the 2 are going to be the 2 for them, unless another move is to come. If I'm the Jets, I hope we see on the transaction wire later today that they worked out a lot of veteran linebackers, and let's explore the market. Let's see who else is out there, because oh boy, this is.
But what is the deal for trading up for a corner? I mean, is this a little warning to Stevens?
That's how Rich Cimini interpreted it. Minutes after the trade, he immediately said Brandon Stevens is on the hot seat. So this kid, Jarvis Brownley, has been – people projected him from college because he came in last year as a 5th-round pick. That they projected him to play nickel. He's barely played that in the NFL. He's been a boundary corner. So that's a projection if he's going to fill in for Michael Carter. So more so, it is a shot at Stevens. And I think it was just a unique opportunity for whatever reason to pick up a starting corner for peanuts. And they just thought that would be an upgrade over perhaps a Stiggers. And I know Jet fans are like, whoa, it's R.A. Thomas. And, it's just more to compete with, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought Azaria looked pretty good, to be honest, in the
I did
Tampa Bay
too,
game.
and that's why it's not making sense to me to bring in a corner when you have. Oh, you still got defensive line needs. You've got
Yeah.
defensive end. Obviously, we've got defensive end needs. You know, put the plug in for Clemens, because I do it for fun. But we all know where he is and all this. But
Here's a good thing,
why?
though. MSD just brought this up. A great suggestion, idea, thing. Maybe they're putting Brownlee in the box. Here's the good news about Brownlee. I don't know if I've talked about this yet on the show. He is an excellent tackling corner. So I texted my guy who's covered the Tennessee Titans forever. Here was his text. Let me see if I have it right. Okay. Here's my boy. All right. I asked, give me the scoop. What's up with Jarvis Brownlee? He's a super physical press corner. Played well as a rookie. Great against the run. Great tackler for a corner. So I would imagine that for those reasons specifically, a man-on-man corner, physical corner, and a really good tackler. For those positives that are with him, maybe that's like, hey, we've had so many friggin' missed tackles, and that goes from Michael Carter II, Brandon Stevens, our front seven guys have missed tackles. Like maybe they're just saying, hey, man, let's buckle up. Whatever his role will be of taking someone's starting job, perhaps, but like we need better tacklers on this team. I think that's another reason too. So it's a great idea from MFC. Maybe they use him in a unique box role, playing that linebacker spot, quasi, even as a corner, playing a little smaller.
Or is this going to be Stevens moving to more of a safety role?
Could be. Remember, we had that flirtation in the offseason where the Jets list him at safety and everyone went, what? And they're like, oh, sorry. He's a corner, just kidding. So I don't know what that was all about. That could be another factor.
Yeah, on paper, it just doesn't make sense right now when there's other needs that they could have traded for if they're going to make a trade. Could we? I mean, even if we could have traded Clemens in that deal instead of giving up a sixth or for a seventh and gotten a seventh out of it, I think we could have swapped sevenths and give him something, and say, hey, there you go. We can put Michael Clemens on the on another team but there's somebody I just don't understand that it's not making sense to me. Is Fields going to get cleared to play?
I think we're gonna have a big update then on that today, shortly after the show is over. Aaron Glenn is set to speak either this morning or afternoon. And I got to double check the time they have him scheduled for. That should be the update on either Justin Fields is cleared to go or if he's still in the concussion protocol. If he is, the good news is we still have days because of Monday Night Football. But I would love to hear that he's cleared today, and let's go to business and get him ready for the Dolphins game.
Yeah, because if he's not, then they're benching Russell Wilson, but Jameis Winston's still out there.
He is. He's QB3 in New York. Yep.
Right, and he would be a far better option than Cook.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
If Fields is going to be out, I think Winston would be better served to as our third string than the Giants' third string. Obviously, we may need it more than they do. I would have rather looked at that trade than a corner that we don't need. But anyway, appreciate all you guys' support. Thanks for supporting BG. Man, we've got basically less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like 12 or 11 days or something. Like I counted it up the other day. Like it's unbelievable.
And Philly, I told you, I sent you on Discord. I said breaking news, but Philly hadn't informed you yet.
Yeah, right. Yep. So, but thank you for that peer pressure of getting him out, Indy. There you go.
Yep.
Bing boom bam.
Yep.
And shout out to his beautiful
be a
wife.
good trip.
So yes.
We're gonna drive up there Saturday morning and get checked in, and then head over to the Cloverleaf Saturday evening to see Chef
Meet and greet. Yeah.
And then come Sunday, the tailgate starts at they open the gates at 8, I believe, right?
Yes, yep. So me, Chef, Woody, and a bunch of us, anyone with cars that want to come, that don't mind getting there as soon as possible. We're gonna grab a lot of cars, immediately go to D1 and start setting up shop. And basically, as soon as we set up shop, we'll be good. So I don't know if we're officially tagging it as 9:00 as tailgate start time, but it's basically as soon as we set up, tailgate time starts. So yeah, we'll be right
Yeah,
in there.
we may be sitting in front of the gate, at 6.
Sure, right.
I don't remember what the guy's name is. They call him Jetman.
Oh yeah, he does something like that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he has kind of a pre-tailgate right there at the gates for I don't know,
Might
an
as
hour
well
or
while you're
two.
just sitting there,
Right.
Yeah.
So we may just sit and have a few cocktails with him before we before they
not
open
bad.
the gates and so yeah, you just let us know where to park at in D1 and
Yep,
we'll
that's it.
if I got to, we'll throw some cones in the
Oh,
car
there
and
you
we'll
go.
block it off.
Yeah, there you go. I won't
Some
tell
police
anyone. Huh?
tape,
What codes? Yeah.
maybe some chalk, some body chalk lines or something like that. Keep everybody out of there until you get there.
Hey, that'd be great, Indy. If you want to
All
do
right.
that, I know nothing about it, but that sounds
Yeah.
great.
Right, yeah, and the whole alcohol thing, if I remember correctly, is
Yes.
as long as it's just given away,
Correct.
the state police don't care. If you're selling it, is where they have a
Yes.
problem. It's
So,
not a
yeah,
Jets thing.
right.
It's it was a state thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's
So
not
just to reiterate, and I appreciate you bringing this back up. Yeah, we won't be selling any beer or alcohol or anything. We'll have a couple
Right.
of coolers, and you guys out in the universe, obviously it's an open tailgate. So like if you guys have any special beers you prefer, we'll have coolers and ice available, and you want to throw them in there in the community, whatever you want to call it, or if you have your own coolers, obviously you can store them in there. That's how we will operate. So yes, you guys can grab what you'd like. Yeah, we won't be selling anything there. We'll just have it there if you guys want it or don't want it. So water and some select alcohol.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, it was great show, BG. Sorry I missed Woody. I had to end up watching it about an hour afterwards.
Yes, right. No, that's all right. Well, we had to give you more light, of course, on Boy Green Daily too. So it's awesome, man. That's great.
Absolutely appreciate it, and we'll again see you in a couple weeks.
Can't wait, Indy. It is coming, baby. You want to know what else is coming? An absolute rain from the high heavens. Look at this. Before we go back to the phone lines, our number one Austrian Jet fan just gifted 20 freaking Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Kevin James now.
Kevin James. I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Let's go. That's 143 raffle tickets for our number one Austrian Jet fan. Here are the 20 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. DJ Jean, Zach Tendler, Dubs74, David Dean, Mikey Man, S, Jacob Smith, Barney Miller, Capo, M30, W. Charles, Jessica Davis, Joe Mike, Dan C, Maurice, Justin Gray, Andy Benahera, TJ, James Caffiero, Hennessy, Heisman. You guys are all now once again members, either for the first time or a multi-time offender to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Baby, appreciate you. Thank you kindly here on the program. Beautiful. 20 raffle tickets, baby, and you guys only have a couple days left. Remember, the final day of September is Tuesday, September 30th, so note that in your books because we will be starting a new contest in October. All right, let's go back to the phone lines, baby. Plenty of people waiting here on the program. Up next is the Kyle Clifton call. Cliff?
What's going on, Boy G?
Yeah, right. There is a lot going on, apparently. A lot of activity. Flurry of moves yesterday from old Mooch.
So this Brandon Stevens contract is a boondoggle.
Oh yeah, for next he's locked in this year, he's locked in next year, 23 million essentially. It's a little less than that. It's like 22.98 million fully guaranteed. So yeah, not fully the whole contract, but 22.98 guaranteed. So we're stuck with him for this year and next year. Yep.
Right. It would, if we wanted to get rid of him next year, it would be almost 19.5 million.
Yeah, doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, so it would be 6 million in dead money in 2027. So
right,
he's going to be on the team for the foreseeable future. That's why I think, the safety move, just as kind of see what you have, kind of makes sense. I mean, you got to see if you can extract some value from this guy.
Right.
not a corner. You just traded for another starting caliber, whatever you think about, Brownley.
Yeah, sure.
He's going to see some time either third corner as the second boundary corner, or AZ is going to see some time. This is not a good start for Mougey. This deal.
Which deal?
The Stevens deal.
Stevens. Oh, right. Yeah, I agree.
I think, some of it can be attributed to the new scheme, but most of it is just, it's just bad planning. Like they could have brought back Eccles for probably a fraction of that, right?
I love Eccles. Yeah.
And, if they drafted AZ, they could have Eccles and AZ compete. It's a little frustrating to see some of the same mistakes being made, especially later in the latter half of the draft. I think that if Zach Wilson gets in the game this week, that's probably a good thing. Although it would certainly be jet luck if he were to play well.
That would be. I'll tell you on the Stevens thing real quick. I think, to be honest, it was arrogance that this happened. AG and his staff believe they could fix Stevens. The Baltimore Ravens, who are one of the best organizations in football, they didn't bring him back. And the Jets were like, don't worry, Ravens, we'll show you how it's done. And that felt arrogant. And I was like, well, I hope they're right. Like, if Aaron Glenn can't, give us the skinny on corners, then what can he give us the skinny on? So, yeah, I think that was so far. I guess things can change, but the results so far are not promising. A swing and a miss at a position they thought they could get out of him that they clearly have not been able to get out of him through the first 3 weeks.
And to this point, kind of compounded, and I know he's your guy, by the Cisco deal.
Yeah, my boy Cisco, which hurts. Very painful.
He hasn't played too well. I mean, it's a 1-year deal, but decent.
Sure.
Money. I mean, anytime you throw money at a safety, like you wonder if it's being thrown away. And, like this money that's being, spent on the secondary that's not yielding results is, for the fans, ultra, ultra frustrating. Especially when you consider, like, the draft assets that weren't spent to strengthen, the first line of defense, the defensive line, so we could actually get towards the quarterback. This defense has got to pull it together. There is no reason for them to be this bad, even though with these injuries to Quincy and some other guys, we can't have this. They can't stop a nosebleed right now.
Yeah, that's the move I thought. If Darren, again, candidly, the trade and things of that nature, that surprised me this week. But I thought if a trade was to happen, it'd be, all right, let's go get a defensive end. Let's give us some optionality here, which could either bump Clemens down the bench or hopefully Jermaine's health status. We should get another update on that from AG today. That, like, hopefully we get positive news there, and then we get this other defensive end, and all of a sudden everyone is served better. Clemens, when he's had a more limited role, has performed better. When he starts playing outside of his snap count, that's where a lot of bad things have happened. So that would have been a move to make. Now, there's still time, I guess, but man, I feel like there's only so many bullets in the chamber that you can pull for trades. Someone's not going to crack 20 trades or something of that nature. So yeah, that's a part that surprised me. We have not done anything at defensive end. Not there appears to be anything out there in free agency, but like Jarvis Brownley, did anyone know he was available? The starting corner for the Titans? No. So maybe there's another surprise move to be made here, hopefully at defensive end.
So Glenn bristled at same old Jets, but as far as the front office is concerned, this is the same thing we saw with Joe Douglas. Like he would win these trades, and then he would kind of squander the draft capital by trying to trade up when we weren't ready to win, instead of stockpiling picks. Like the Brees trade, he went up and got Brees. He went up and got AVT.
Correct.
When he could have had Darisaw if he stayed put. Like
Jermaine, he traded up for as well. Yes.
Well, Jermaine, I don't mind so much because the value was there.
Okay.
But I don't think that these guys are recognizing where we are in our development. You have to stockpile draft picks to see if you can have guys that can go out there and surprise you and win spots.
Sure.
And we have no depth right now, and they didn't do that. So it feels like the same old. not recognizing value in the draft, winning trades, which is great, but
Yeah.
then not do anything with the capital. I appreciate your time. PG.
Yeah, thank you so much. Kyle Clifton, the Kyle Clifton Call, joining us here on the show. Some good thoughts there. Again, a lot of Jet fan base are in a tough spot right now. It's understandably. We are winless, and now we're headed to Monday Night Football in a do-or-die game against Miami Dolphins. To drop to 0-4 to a winless Dolphins team to give them their first win of the season is unacceptable. The Jets need to win this contest. No excuses, no nothing. It's on the road. I don't care. Quite frankly, on the road should help that it's a night game for Miami, as opposed to these Buccaneer 1 o'clock game where all our defenders are sucking wind and all the heat. It should be a lot more reasonable at nighttime. So, and this is a special Monday Night Football start time. I believe the Jets and Dolphins are set to start at 7:15. And we will be on for our live play-by-play and watch party at 7 o'clock for Monday Night Football. So we'll see how it all translates there. We have 330 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe here on YouTube, baby. We do New York Jets content every bleeping day. We're trying to make a chase to 10,000 subscribers. At the start of business, we're at 8,049. Let me see if we've moved the needle at all there. Let's see if we jump to the 8,050 club yet so far. And we have not. We're still at 8,049, which is not too shabby, but let's keep moving and grooving, baby. Let's keep moving and grooving. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. And yes, Mahar Khalil will also be there. I can't wait to see Mahar and everybody. I can't wait to meet all you guys. It's going to be awesome. We have both the meet and greet real quick, Saturday, October 4th. That's the night before the game. 7:30, Cloverleaf Tavern, upstairs private room. Again, we still have some spots available. I believe we're up to 31 or 32 spots now that Philly Noodles has joined us. So we still have spots available. I think the ceiling for the room is 60. So if you guys would like to come down, even if you're not coming for the Jets-Cowboys game, you can come hang out with some fellow Jet fans and Boy Green Coffee Club members. Again, that's at the Cloverleaf Tavern. You have to sign up to have so I can have you on the sheet to be there. That would be great. So feel free so we have an accurate number. And yeah, let us know, everybody. So like I said, we're at 31 or 32 right now. We can have a maximum of 60. So that is the meet and greet Saturday, October 4th at 7:30. So hopefully you guys can be there. Let's go. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We have the legend himself. He has had an emoji for quite some time. I like his emoji. I think Snowball did a very good job. Let's bring him in. Chef Kevin Gilbert joins us and graces us with his presence. Deep in work. He's in the middle of always business, but he always has time for Boy Green Daily and the Coffee Club, for God's sakes. Chef, thank you for joining us.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'm just running a little behind today. You know, we had a busy week, man. Long football practice last night.
Oh, wow.
You know, can't neglect the wife, so had to stay up
Sure.
a little bit or whatever. But
Yeah.
back to business, man. Just catching up on everything.
Of course.
Salute to you, man. I was able to catch the first half of your watch along, man. Like while I was
yeah.
at work,
Nice.
I made sure that we put Red Zone on here.
Yeah.
I made sure that we didn't play the full game, man. I didn't want to bore the people here,
Sure.
have them go out. I wanted them to stay. So, it was very important for that. Everyone was like, Chef, why do we want the full? And I'm like, hell no, man. This is a business here. If we were at my home, no Red Zone, we watching the full game. But at the business, man, it's important for us to, keep the patrons, the good people here, man. So, that hey, como está? So then it's like, you did the good job. I saw your short, man, where, you was going crazy and all that. Like, the energy was there. I just had a question, man. Did you think that like we was gonna win at that moment?
Oh, I 100%. Because to reestablish the situation for everybody, we're down 26-20. It's the 2-minute drill. Like the only chance the Jets have is to block the kick or that he just misses it and then we drive down the field. And I'm like, man, Will McDonald's been close all damn day long. Is this the moment? Does he finally do it? And when he leaves the line, in my brain, I'm like, no bleeping way. And then he doink, and I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna win this freaking game. And I lose all my shit, and I'm like, whoo. Oh shit, there's 1:45 still left on that clock. Oh boy. Okay. But what I was trying to convince myself and everybody watching, okay, if you're the defense on the sideline, look what Will just did for us. He gave us a chance. We just got to get one stop and we win this game, man. Come on, man. One stop, please. For the love of God. One stop, just one time. Just stop him. And unfortunately, they were unable to do so. So 100% in that moment, I knew there was some level of time left. I mean, it sort of got lost on me in the middle of the moment, but I was like, there's some level of time left, but we're going to win this gosh darn game, baby. And then, well, we did. So I
I
did
think
think so. Yes.
most of us real Jet fans was like, in the moment happy,
Yeah.
but then there comes like, once they line up to kick the field, the extra point and all that, it's like, all right, so what's the situation now? I wasn't in my head where it's like, yo, get down, like, that's not something
Definitely
that
not.
that was like
Stupid.
reasonable, man.
No.
Score the points, get it right or
Yeah.
whatever.
We
In the
needed 6
moment,
points. Yeah.
hindsight maybe at the one, but that's still like you
What if
don't
we
you don't
don't get
teach that
in?
for defense. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
look,
mean,
look, look.
I would feel confident with us getting in at the one.
What
Like,
about 4th and 1? Braylon Allen. Oh, we're going for this one. And got
yeah,
stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey.
but it's almost like hack it, like call like play calls, like, dude, we know you're getting the ball. And on top of that, he's lining up 7, 8 yards behind the scrimmage. Like he should have been a little bit closer, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dude, it was so vanilla that play call. Like it felt like Hackett was
Yeah.
out there.
Awful.
And we gave Tanner his props on week one.
Sure.
Obviously, week two was just shambles, man. And then it's like,
Oh,
all right, you play game plan, had to be a little adjusted, because Tyrod's not Fields. And, even though Tyrod did good, I did like what I saw in like the passing game. I thought he
sure.
did well towards the end, things started clicking a little bit, but Tyrod doesn't have the legs to like really be a weapon like Fields. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Tanner, he had to like, numb it down a little bit, especially with those quarterback design runs. Like, that really wasn't there. Um, but yeah, no, I just was saying that, because I appreciated your energy and all that kind of stuff, man. It was like, pretty cool to see that. I missed it in live time, but when you post that up, I'm like, all right, that's my guys really hype and all that.
Oh yeah.
It just sucked, man, because in my head, I'm like, the defense, man, like, shout out to Clifton, man, because he did a good job, addressing that secondary. That's,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes down to money, man, when we got like Sauce,
Mm-hmm.
MC, and
Yep.
Stevens like on the books with the salary and the production, it might be one of the worst in the league, man, because we're really
Yeah.
not getting it right now. Like, just this is just honest talk, man. Like when
Yeah,
you're
we're not
looking
going to
at this,
return. Yeah.
just look at the salaries, man. Just look at the salaries and then see what we're doing on the field. And I'm a big Sauce guy, but yo, it's like, dude, man, he's keeping on getting injured, man. Like he's getting in there. Yeah, his tackling is a little bit better. He messed up with Allen the week before, not getting low and wrapping, knowing that Allen's a big target. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely frustrating seeing these missed tackles, knowing that Glenn, before we even went into training camp, was saying that was going to be addressed, the penalties, the mental mistakes, all that stuff was going to be cleaned up or whatever, and it's still like not happening. So for myself, it sucks, man, that I had that like just honest talk, like looking at the schedule, seeing who we're playing, looking at the other rosters, and being like, yo, I'm at 6 wins, like, dude, I'm hoping for more, but yo, it might be the ceiling, man. Like just with all this stuff, and I was one of the first three. I wanted to see like some good stuff. I felt like we could have pulled out in Pittsburgh. Obviously, this last one, if the defense stepped up, we could have squeaked it out. But it needed like a lot of stuff, man. We needed like a lot of things in our favor where that offensive line was just decimated, man. Like for Tampa, and for us not
Mm-hmm.
to like capitalize on that with like defensive tackles, which, dude, a lot of us was screaming about before the draft, man, free agency, like, yo, we need to address the defensive tackles, man, stop the run. And I felt good going into the Pittsburgh game, which I spoke to you about prior to the game, knowing that we were going to do a good job, and it was the passing game that just like let us up, man, with Rodgers torching us for 4 touchdowns and all that. Like, it kind of sucks. But then it's like right now for us with linebackers, man, like that's another scary sight, man. That's a scary room right now when you look on paper on what we're doing. Like we don't have those linebackers where when it's a run play, you're running at full speed right into the line and taking on a offensive lineman. You're taking on an offensive lineman when they're pulling, a guard pulling the house. Like we don't have those guys where they could be like run stuff and linebackers. We don't. They're quick on their feet. They could cover somewhat, but we're missing that, man. And Mosley, injuries, a little bit older,
Mm-hmm.
but he was that guy
Yeah.
that battering ram where he would just run in full speed and take on some people and go for the tackle. Like we don't have that right now. So it's like pretty scared to see what's going on. Even with Marcelino, like I met him like 3, 4 times or
Oh,
whatever.
nice.
And well, what was it? This past Jets draft party at the stadium.
Oh, yes,
You,
yes,
you
yes.
remember the
Yeah.
Jets? They gave him the social media
And
phone or
you were
whatever.
there.
I was there with
Yes.
Sherwood. We
Yeah.
was at that table talking, getting autographs and all kinds of stuff there with my nephew, my son, and my brother-in-law. So he's a good dude and all that. But just because like when I meet these players, like I feel like I gotta like analyze them a little bit better, a little bit sharper. Like I had a little interaction with them, shooting the stuff, signs and things, picks, whatever, all that cool stuff.
Mhm.
I didn't see that with Ball, man. I'm like, I'm scratching my head, like, why is he our number 3 linebacker? Like, it
Mhm.
didn't make sense to me, man. So it's like, now where are we at? Where are we at with this situation? Like,
Oh.
it's not like a defense that already didn't look good.
Mhm.
Like now it's looking worse. And honestly, do you feel good that we're gonna turn it around? Like,
I I do. And the reason I do is because of Aaron Glenn, that he is, and Steve Wilkes for that matter. I mean, he's been coaching for 30 years, and I don't like what I've seen so far. The results so far have obviously been substandard. We have too much talent for us to be this shitty. But Steve Wilkes has been doing it for a long time. And Aaron Glenn, I just feel like from a pride standpoint, there's no way the ship is going to go down because the defense stunk. And I don't think it's gonna. AG is gonna do something. He's going to step in. He's going to be involved more with Wilkes. He's going to figure it out. And again, as I've mentioned, I think the talent is just too good to do this. Another linebacker we haven't talked about, and this is a guy the Jets picked up on waivers at the beginning of the season. He hasn't come into play yet. Is Cam Jones, the former Chiefs linebacker? So he's another guy in the room that none of us have talked about yet. As I'm looking at this Jets roster in front of me, who could be another guy that steps up to the plate. Kiko Mauingoa. I mean, these are going to be the guys the Jets are going to have to rely on. There's the new kid who's Mark Robinson from the Patriots. So it's Mark Robinson, it's Kiko, Francisco Mauingoa, it's Cam Jones. There could be a practice squad elevation for Ben Neiman. Those are going to be some of the names. But I think, to be honest, the person that's got to step up the most is the one, of all these guys who are getting eliminated off, voted off the island. Jamin Sherwood is healthy. He's supposed to be the leader. He's one of the
mhm.
captains on this team. He has played shitty. Jamian, you just got paid. Speaking of guys who got paid buco bucks, we're getting no return on the investment. $45 million. He is a top 5 highest paid linebacker in football with his $15 million per year salary. Jamian, you're supposed to be this leader. You're supposed to be rallying these troops. You're supposed to be getting everybody lined up and having them play to the level they're supposed to be. I have a lot of respect and pressure and everything on Jamie. And hey, man, you got to step up for your team, man, not just for yourself. So he's somebody with everything that's going on right now that they absolutely have to turn it around. So yeah, I have confidence in AG. I have confidence in the talent that's here, but they have to do it. Like, it's results oriented. We can't just hope and dream forever. They need to step up.
Man, for me, I wish I had that, man. Like, just looking at the defense, man. Like, you said we have the talent there, but like I'm like, yo, where's the talent? Like, over these last 3 games, you see how many points we put up, like we gave up.
Yeah,
Like,
mucho.
dude, everything's already been said, man. Over these, like,
Sure.
I don't have anything to add, man. It's just, at this point, man, do I get on Aaron Glenn? Do we get on Aaron Glenn for this? Like, he said, coaching's going to clean this stuff up. We still, shout out to Indy Jet, man. Emoji looks fire.
Yeah.
All that good stuff, man. He said he's coming up here. Not to get on his boy, but god damn, man, Clemens, like this dude, man. I don't want to hear anybody saying that he was held by what
It's
was
a
it, number
tight end,
80,
man.
number 80. I don't, yo,
Come on.
BG, man, listen, man, this
Yeah.
this this infuriates me when I hear this shit, like, oh, he was held. If you watch every offensive snap, defense, it don't matter. Every snap and every NFL snap, you look in the trenches, you look at the offense line, look at the defense line. Every mother effort is hold. Everybody's holding to some degree, man. It could be any kind of holding on every single play. It doesn't matter. For you to get tied up like that,
Talk to him.
and have 88. I don't even know if he's a tight end. He might even be just a big wide receiver, man. For you to get tied up, and dude is literally holding his lunch money, man. and he's just swinging up top or whatever, just running like he got like he's a cartoon character with both of his feet in wooden buckets with water, just stomping around, man, running around like he in some tight ass skinny jeans. He got no coordination, nothing, man. And the thing that we teach these kids, man, what we teach, you got to rip up, man, rip up. I guarantee you, man, as strong as this dude is, if he would have just ripped up, he would have disengaged with dude and could have got a tackle. Obviously, I'm not confident with his angles because the dude is just awful in everything. Like, I have zero confidence, man. Even with that first and long or whatever, where he was close to it, he could have just dove, man. He's just running like a buffoon, man. It's just so it's embarrassing to watch, man. And all of us fans, man, for God knows how long has been like pinpointing this out, and it's just like, yo, it's on the GM, right? The GM, we say, is Mougey. I think it's Aaron Glenn, man. Like he's the guy. Like if he wants certain things done, like it got to go through him. It got to be his approval. So for Clemens to still be on the team, man, it's on Glenn, man. And he said the coaching would fix this up. Well, then fix it, man. Fix it. Move on. Do something. Play somebody younger, man. Like I don't get it. And it's in these key situations, like my God, like why is he in, man? Why is this stuff like I can't explain it, man. And until we see some stuff cleaned up, like I can't really adjust my thought process and feeling like really good, like we got some good talent. Because in these situations, man, even with him being held up, man, with Clemens held up, there was still two dudes in the secondary. I think they collided with each other.
They did.
Dude,
Yeah.
we're looking like we're a JV team, man. Like what is like the defense talent? Tell me the talent. McDonald, all right, cool. JJ's hurt. Q, he could, tell me where the talent is, man.
Mhm.
Yo, come on, man. We got to be real with ourselves. Offense, all right, we got Garrett, right?
Yeah.
Who else we got to throw to? The running game. Hey, man, I'm big on Brees. Week 1, great.
Week 2, week 3,
He's on a carton right now.
Yeah.
Braylon Allen, he's fucking 10 yards in the backfield
Oh
on a
God.
4th and 1.
Terrible.
Dude, what are we doing, man?
Yeah.
Dude, I get it. Like this season's evaluation season, but I want to see better effort, man.
Of course.
Effort on that field. Play with some pride, man. You got Jet fans who are paying money to see this stuff.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, man. Yo, the best decision I did as a Jet fan was not renew my damn season tickets. Because right now, guess what? All the damn prices going down.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll be losing money. Yo, I feel so bad, man, for these people. Like, come on. What got to change? Firing the GM, firing the coach. No, we can't keep doing this shit, man.
A lot of truth here.
I'm tired, man. We got to win Miami. Miami's the game that
No doubt.
I had that we're gonna win.
Yeah.
Because listen to this, BG. Like
Okay.
we hypothetical. We lose Miami. Now I
Oh.
got a shitload of pressure on myself for our tailgate Jets Cowboys. We're 0-4. I gotta save us from the fucking Jets, man.
You got to give us a 4-0. You got to give us a 4-0 food. That's the kind of energy we're gonna need. Yeah.
Nah, I gotta be elevated. Man, please, man, come on. We need this dub, man. We need this dub.
We do.
Fuck Zach Wilson, man. I don't want to see this dude on the field at all.
Yeah, fuck that
Keep
guy.
Tua in this whole time. We gotta, secondary's been paid. They gotta step up, man. Like I'm
100%.
not out. On just saying that the season's a wash. Because even if we don't make it to the playoffs, which a lot of us already pictured, at least see some effort, see some building blocks, see on this building forward, man, the moral victory, all that kind of stuff. Yo, man, I can't talk that stuff. The dancing and the clapping, I just want to talk football, man. Like all that other stuff, man. Like my youth football team, my son's team, we're 3-0. All right.
Okay. Congratulations.
We haven't we're averaging 26 points a game right now. The other team, we haven't allowed up no points yet. Zero points, 3 games, nothing. Am I dancing on the sideline? I see my son do some stuff, pancake some kid. Am I dancing? I'm clapping. I'm happy. But yo, I'm not doing no electric slide or nothing like that. Like doing some Doug. Like I ain't doing none of this stupid stuff, man. Like you got to be professional, man. Like what? You're going down to Miami getting your first win. You're gonna be dancing at 0-3? Is that what we doing? You're gonna what beat the Dolphins? We'll be 1-3, and then you're gonna be all happy when Brick Johnson gives you the ball for your first win. You're gonna be happy with all stuff? Nah, man. Like I was pissed off at Sal and Douglas when we beat the Eagles and Sal was jumping into Joe Douglas's arms at 3-3.
Oh yeah. Right.
What we doing? But this is us. We accept this stuff. We accept it because we're broken, man. We're damaged fans, man. We just look for anything. Just give us something, man. And the only thing that we want to see is effort. F everything else, man. You blow an assignment, you do something, whatever. Just as long as you gave us some effort, man. Play with some pride, play with some heart, man. That's all I want to see. I don't care about this. You drop a pass, guess what? Shake it off. And then if we're running on the next drive, man, you pancake that SOB on the other side. You do so, you hit somebody, you show some pride, man. Step up, man. Let's go. Come on, man.
There he is, Chef Kevin Gilbert. Chef, I'm looking forward to it again. We're 10, 11 days away from this, both from the meet and greet the night before and the wonderful tailgate. So I know you're in full prep mode, of course. But boy, everyone is pretty gosh darn excited about it, my friend.
Come on, man. This is it, man. Well, I'm gonna make sure everybody has a good time Saturday night. Believe me, the shit that's in my control,
yeah,
I'm gonna make sure we're good, man. I'm gonna make sure that the Jets, we just got to do what we got to do as fans. Cheer our best. Hope for the best, man. Call out stuff when we see it, man. The rest will work itself out, man.
Amen. Chef,
Go Jets.
There he is. Thanks for joining us. JETS. Jets. Chef Kevin Gilbert joining us on the show. Let's go back to the phone lines. For Lily joins us here on the program.
Morning, BJ. How you doing?
Oh boy, man, a lot of energy there from Chef. Yeah,
there was a lot of frustration there, and
natural.
I feel that frustration. My voice went hoarse at the end of that first half because I was just angry.
Naturally.
I was angry at everything I've seen. But let me ask you a question. And I was kind of in the chat.
Yeah.
I said this to Luca, I believe it was.
Okay.
When do you think this rebuild started, in your opinion? And we are in a rebuild. Don't kid yourself.
The rebuild of like us just not winning like in a year of time.
We haven't won in 15 years, guys. Come on, now forget that. Okay, I'll be 61 tomorrow, and we haven't won. I got 5 seasons that were actually decent seasons. I'm talking about this current regime. Everything. When do you think the rebuild started? And I'll tell you my opinion of the answer of my opinion of this.
So let's see. I guess the rebuild started as soon as Rodgers walked out the door, I guess, of February.
Correct.
This current one. So yeah,
more or less, I will say it started a little bit sooner, and that's when Woody fired Saleh.
Oh, right.
We knew the whole season. Yeah. We knew the whole season was going to be a disaster.
Right. To add that nugget in. Yeah.
There's never a season where you fired a head coach and you're delusional if you think you're going to make the playoffs or anything good. You knew at that point Rodgers was done. You knew Devontae was done. You knew all that was done. You knew at that point we were in a rebuild.
Touche, because the stat that exists is there's never been an interim coach that has taken over for a fired coach that has taken their team to the playoffs. The one unique example was resigning with John Gruden, and Rich Bisaccia took his Raiders to the playoffs, and they were 1 and done. But yeah, so in that moment, 100%.
In that moment, you're building for the future.
Correct. Okay? So fair enough. Yes.
As far as your expectations have to be tempered, and I'm the worst one. I literally, my wife was trying to calm me down. I mean, I was saying stuff I shouldn't have been saying to the TV. I get it, okay? But then I sit back and say, okay, we're in a rebuild. We don't know if we have our quarterback. Anybody who wants to trade for a quarterback, no. We got to figure out if Justin Fields is our quarterback. Yes. I don't want to see anybody else on the field other than Justin Fields and see.
Concur.
Give him a decent amount of games and just see who he is. Now, I thought he was going to be an up and down quarterback based on what Nick was telling us.
That's what we've seen so far, to be honest.
That's what we've seen, and I think that's what we got. But play it out. Just let it play out.
All right.
People who want to trade Clemens, who are you going to trade him for? What are you going to get? A bag of Cheez-Its? I don't get it. Like he's going to be gone eventually. He will be gone eventually. Eventually, this team will turn over the personnel, and that's the only way it's going to get better. We're not going to make the playoffs this year. I was delusional in thinking we were even going to go maybe win 9 games.
There's still time.
There's still there is, but now that I look back, I'm like, no, we're with the with the injuries we've had, I mean, AVT was huge. That's a huge injury.
Of course.
And with with the transition and learning the new defense and learning, the new offense, it's going to take time and the personnel has to be turned over. It's that
But
simple.
here's what we're going to find out, right? So in week 4, it's nut cutting time. And what do I mean by that? The first 3 games, right? We're 0-3, and people were like, "Well, the opponents are pretty good, right? Their record combined is 8-1. The Bills
Yeah.
are undefeated, Bucks are undefeated, the Steelers are 2-1. So like, hey man, maybe they just played really good opponents. Okay, week 4 we play the winless Dolphins. If
Yeah.
we don't, if all the so is it the Jets opponents or is it the mirror? Because if we
Correct.
get to this Jets Dolphins game, the Jets look like shit again. What's the excuse now? It's not the
Right.
level of opponent. Obviously, the Dolphins suck. So
I'll go.
that's it.
I'll go as far as saying the next 2 opponents because I'm
Sure,
here in
Dallas has
Dallas and
issues. Yeah,
I see most of the Dallas stuff.
yeah.
They're really not that good a team, and if we can't beat them at home, if we can't win our next 2 games, then and it's really I want to look at the effort.
Sure,
I
of
want to
course.
look at the decision making. Like the thing that pissed me off the most on Sunday was the 2 turnovers by Taylor. It's like take the 6-point deficit into the half and let's start instead of what are you doing? It's like first you give it away with you give him 3 points with 2.5 minutes. Then with 49 seconds you give him 6 points. I mean the game was over at that point. Like
I
Alon said, I mean the game was at that point the game was over. That's why I said screw this. I'm not watching the second half. And I turned you on and I put the Yankee game on.
Yeah,
I was like,
which I appreciate. Thank you for putting food on my table. I would just say though that I don't blame, and Woody was on this other side yesterday, that he's like, AG, what are you doing? Again, kneel it out and just go into the half and take your medicine. You're down what you're down and move on. I had no problems with him going to try to get 3 points. With Nick Folk, I think you have a great chance to get into field goal range, especially with all the new rules to get into field goal range quicker. But Tyrod Taylor threw a
Tyrod's got to
stupid
be better
pass.
than that, though. He's
What
got
an
to be
idiot.
better
He's
than that.
36. You threw it off your back foot late to the sideline. Like, what a fucking moron. Like,
Right.
come on, man. I
And
know
I
it's
don't
my
want to hear
dad's
people
thing, but come
blaming
on.
Garrett Wilson for it. I mean,
Oh,
I get it. Maybe Wilson could have maybe tried to knock it down or something, but come on, that was a horrible throw, and it was a
100%.
stupid throw, which
A
makes it
very
even
stupid
worse.
throw. And he's in year 15. He shouldn't be making stupid ass
That's
throws like this.
exactly
That's
that's
what we thought
exactly
we were
right.
getting with Tyrod. When he came in the game, we're like, okay, maybe we're not going to have dynamic, crazy 50-yard rushing thing
No,
that
but you
Justin
would have
Fields
thought
can
you
do,
had
but
smarter
smarter.
play. Right,
But we
exactly.
did not get that.
We
So
didn't. We
that's
didn't.
why, as soon as that happened and when the game was over, I'm like, Tyrod, thank you for your service. Take your ass back to the bench where you belong.
Yeah,
And I want to
exactly.
see Justin Fields. I've seen enough. You're obviously not going to provide anything that I thought you were going to provide, which is fine. Go sit on the bench, be backup quarterback, give insights of what not to do so Justin Fields can't do it. And then let's go the rest of the way. I don't want to see Tyrod Taylor anymore.
Right. And by the way, what is the status of Justin Fields? I missed the beginning of the show.
No,
What's
no.
going on
Yeah, I wish I had that answer. The good news is we should have it today. Aaron Glenn is set to
Okay.
speak today. So we are going to get either he's completely clear concussion protocol, he's good to go. We get that update. Or he's still in the concussion protocol, but an update like he's progressing through it. It looks good. Or I don't really have an answer for you guys. So we're going to get one of those kind of answers that should be coming shortly after the show.
Cool. One more thing.
Yes, sir.
How about those Yankees, huh? What a
Ooh.
comeback last
Oh,
night.
yeah. What a
I
comeback.
think
And by the
I
way,
think they're the only New York team that's in the playoffs right now, DJ, if I'm not mistaken.
where are the LGMs at? Where are the LGMs at right
I
now?
had
Is
to
that
throw
that shade
I
of
had to
green
throw that
Yankees
in
hat
there,
you got on
everybody.
there?
I
Is that our shade
apologize.
of? No, that's okay. I'm not a Mets fan. I don't give a shit. Is that green shade of Yankees hat we got on today?
Yeah, it is because it's the
Yeah,
Jets. My daughter actually, wanted this one.
nice.
Um, and can I tell a quick story, by the way,
Yeah, please. Yeah, I'd love
about
to.
the
Yeah.
hat itself?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
my daughter, swam at Cal Berkeley, right? And
Yep.
her
Right.
her head coach was a big Houston fan.
Okay.
So while they're doing their drills and practice in the morning, he would put a Houston cup, his coffee cup, which is a Houston Astros cup,
Yeah.
right there by the lane. So every time they were done with a set, the first thing comes up, there's the freaking Houston thing. And she told me, and she's just to piss her off, he would do that, right?
Yeah. Right.
So then
Motivate her. Yeah.
during the senior meet where they introduce you and thank you and all the accomplishments and stuff, she said, "Dad, I know they're going to say something about the Yankees in Houston." I go, "All right, well, why don't you do this? Go grab a Yankee cap, and if they say something about it, put it on. Like, let's see, it'll be good. So I had the cap underneath my jacket, and she went and got it. She got a green one specifically because of the Jets, right?
Yeah,
So,
right.
and as they're introducing her and everything, and telling everything she did accomplished in her 4 years, they mentioned, oh, and she's a big Yankee fan, blah blah blah, Houston Astro thing. And so then I tossed it over to her, and she put it on. There's a whole video; it's pretty cool.
Oh,
And then he
awesome.
actually was really, really cool about it. He actually put it on and took a picture with us and everything. It was pretty neat. It was a good moment. But it was
Well, I love
that's how
that.
that's the whole story behind this one. That's why it was green and everything. But
I
anyway,
love that. That's a
that's
good story.
cool.
Thanks for
That's
sharing,
cool.
for
All
Lily.
right, take it easy, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, there he is. Now let's do some quick fact checking here. Okay, he said that the Yankees are the only team in the playoffs. The Mets do at this current moment in time. They are in the final NL wild card spot. They have a game lead over the Cincinnati Reds and the Arizona Diamondbacks. So Mets fans out there in LGM territory, yes, you're right now in the playoffs. Okay, right now you're the final wild card spot. All right, there we go. You have a game lead over Cincinnati and Arizona, and we'll see how it plays out through the final stretch here. So the Mets are in. Okay. Here. I want to give a special shout out. Make sure everybody, you guys like the video, hit subscribe. Appreciate you guys. I've seen a couple of comments about Jelani Woods. I saw several of you asked about him. He's the 6'7" tight end, 250 pounds. The Jets claimed off of waivers from the Indianapolis Colts. He was active this past game for the first time this season, which was great, but I don't think I saw him on the field. I'll have to double check snap counts to see. He definitely didn't have a catch in the game. I would have noticed that. But so he was active, and that's healthy. And then, like I said, the other one, we picked up another player off of waivers in that same time frame. We've heard nothing from him. Cam Jones, the linebacker. I think he may be another body to step up here potentially at linebacker. We'll see how the Jets did in terms of the waivers to see if any of those guys can help too. So it'll be fascinating to see from that standpoint. All right, everybody, I want to thank you guys. We should have updates on Justin Fields coming up in a little bit, which let me see. Actually, let me do one quick check here just to see when Aaron Glenn is set to speak to the media today. So I could give you guys that update here. Oh, not Aaron Glenn. Let me see 1 second. Beep boop bop, beep boop bop, beep boop bop, beep boop bop. We are coming up at what's today? Is today the 25th? Oh no, I guess Aaron Glenn is set to speak tomorrow. Monday Night Football. I'm an idiot. Days are off, so I'm sorry. We will not get an Aaron Glenn update today. He speaks tomorrow at noon. I forgot we're off because of Monday Night Football. The schedule shifted, so unfortunately we won't get an Aaron Glenn update today. But we could get an update potentially from the media report. So keep an eye out for that. Right, the Jets play on Monday Night Football. Normally their install day in a normal Sunday game week is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. So we'll get the AG update tomorrow at noon. But hopefully good news to come from that perspective. Real quick, I'll answer a couple more questions here. D. Fabama, where has J. Tufele been? We haven't seen him since Pittsburgh. He's been killing it in the preseason. Yeah, he's battling some mysterious illness that has forced him to miss all of practice in the last 2 games. And sometimes that gets pretty scary when you don't get updates. But AG said they expect him back soon on his most recent update. So, D. Fabama, hopefully that's good news for Jay. That'd be another option there at defensive tackle. So I wouldn't mind that. Although Juwan Briggs is playing very well. So that's great. Shout out to all the Mets fans that have now been arisen because of For Lily's comments. There you go, baby. There you go. Very nice. All right, everybody. We got more coming up here on the channel. I'll give you guys a quick plug. At 11 o'clock, I'm going to be back on talking NFL, previewing week 4 to come, including Jets, Dolphins, and more with PFF NFL analyst Dalton Wasserman. That comes up at 11 o'clock. We'll have a Jake Asman interview coming up, previewing Jets, Dolphins later today. That'll be at the @MC Show digital channel. If you go into our YouTube description down below, you guys can subscribe to that channel directly. When we get to 500 subscribers on the channel, we're at like 310 or something. When we get to 500, we're giving away a Cleveland driver. I'm not a big golf guy, so if I'm butchering this at all, I apologize. It's a $500 golf club. It's a Cleveland driver, a very nice brand new golf club. We're giving away once we reach 500 subscribers. It's free to subscribe, so if you guys want to help your golf game and potentially get a sweet pair of action and have an opportunity at it, let us know. Also, we'll be revealing who won the David Tyree autographed Super Bowl photo. That will be coming up as well at the beginning of our 11 o'clock show. So good luck to all you guys. We'll be picking one of the first 300 subscribers on the Man Show with Boy Green digital channel to reveal that winner, which I'm very much looking forward to. So we have PFF NFL analyst Dalton Wasserman talking NFL plus that giveaway. We have the 500 subscriber giveaway. So make sure you guys subscribe. Again, that is youtube.com/MC Show Digital. That's my digital radio show. We do live content throughout the week. We do Jets, Giants, Bills, all kinds of fun stuff. And the great news is you guys can listen and watch what you want. For our Survivor fans out in the audience, we will be live later this evening at 9:45, talking all things Survivor with former Survivor castaway Brett LaBelle. First episode of season 49 tonight. For the non-sports fans that enjoy Survivor, we'll have that out as well. So, guys, a ton of content coming today. I hope you guys can enjoy it. Again, make sure you subscribe to @MC Show Digital to have a chance to win all kinds of cool, fun, free prizes, including a Cleveland Driver, a $500 golf club, which will be given out as well. So let's friggin' go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.